What's up, everybody? This is Bill Pesco-Solito coming to you from the Elite Marketing Pro Daily Dose of Awesome. I will be your host today for the Daily Dose of Awesome. And as you are coming on to the call, just feel free to introduce yourself and drop a little note in the comment section letting me know where you are watching this from. So your city, your state, wherever it is that you are. And also, let me know if it is cold or warm where you are. I know that it's very cold here where we are in Frisco, Texas, outside of Dallas. So hopefully you're not as cold as we are, but I'm sure a lot of the country is. So let's see. Hey, Hannah just hopped on. We got a lot of people coming on. So yeah, again, my name is Bill Pesco-Solito. This is the Elite Marketing Pro Daily Dose of Awesome. This is basically a 15-minute call that we do every single day here on the Elite Marketing Pro Facebook fan page. And it's basically a way for you to get 15 minutes of your daily inspiration, motivation, and perspiration and get you fired up to help you build your business online the right way. Now, again, as you're coming on to this Facebook Live, just let me know where you're watching from and if it is chilly or warm where you are. We got some people. Lisa's cold in Minnesota. Neil, hey Neil, what's up? Nelly, hey, Los Angeles. Reaching a high of 70 today. Oh, boo-hoo for you. Wow, I wish I was in LA. It's like 28 degrees here. And awesome, cool. Now, so today's topic, just so you know, before I hop into today's topic, which will be 5 proven ways to boost your authority, or 5 proven ways for you to be seen as an authority in the eyes of your prospects. I just want to say before I get into that if this is your first time on the Daily Dose of Awesome, or someone invited you to this Facebook Live, or if you were just scrolling through your Facebook newsfeed and you saw my ugly mug and decided to hop on this and see what this call was all about, this is the Daily Dose of Awesome, hosted and sponsored by Elite Marketing Pro. If you're not sure what Elite Marketing Pro is, Elite Marketing Pro is an online educational platform and community designed to help you build your home business online the right way using attraction marketing techniques, which will allow you to attract leads and prospects to you and prevent you from having to chase down friends and family or chase down deadbeat leads. So it's a phenomenal community, a phenomenal educational platform that will give you the training and the tools and the systems to help you build your business online the right way so you can achieve all that you want to achieve in life. All right, so we got a lot of people here. Elite Marketing Pro in the house. Hey, what's up? Hey, Alan Wheeler, what's going on? The Bruins are on fire. Cool. So let's just cut to the chase here. Let me be brutally honest here for a second. And if you start to agree with what I'm saying here, as you're listening to my voice, as you're seeing my face, and you're starting to agree with me, you'll be nodding your head in agreement. If that is the case, I want you to click either the like or the heart button as you hear what I'm about to say. But I'm going to take it down a little bit and be brutally honest here and say that it is ridiculously difficult to build your business if nobody knows who you are. It is really hard to get prospects to return your calls, or really hard to get people to opt in to become a lead of yours if they don't know who you are, or if they don't perceive you as an authority in any way. It is torturously difficult to build a business when people don't look at you to be. And if you agree with me on that, if you've experienced that yourself, if you're saying, yes, Bill, I know, this is what I'm dealing with right now, or yes, Bill, I know, it was hard when I first started, now it's easier because I'm an authority. If this is making sense, you're not. If that makes sense, then yes, I see some likes and some hearts, and even comment below something like, yes, I agree with you. So what do we do in this scenario? If no one perceives you as an authority, or if people don't even know who you are, and we here are acknowledging that is a dangerously difficult way to build your business online, what do we do? Well, we need to become an authority, right? You need to become an authority in your space. Okay, in your niche, in your slice of the world that you're operating within, whether that's a specific product niche, a health and wellness niche, a network marketing niche, an affiliate marketing niche, whatever it is, whatever niche or little slice that you're operating within, you need to become an authority in that space. So I'm going to talk about 5 different things that, 5 different ways, 5 proven ways that you can implement right now starting today that will start to boost your authority, and it will allow your audience, your leads, your prospects, anyone, your audience, to perceive you as an authority, and therefore it will be much easier for them to want to do business with you. Does that sound good? Do you want to hear this? Because I am fired up. All right, so the number one way, numero uno, is first of all, you've got to create highly informative and easy to consume content. Now, content is just kind of a broad term, and content marketing a broad term. So what do I mean when I say content? Well, first of all, at Facebook Live, just like this, just like I'm doing right now, this is a form of content. It's informative, it's educational, it's entertaining. Hopefully, it's at least checks one of those, if not 2 or 3 of those boxes off. But this is content. A blog post, obviously, is content. A video that you do is content. A podcast, a webinar, a PowerPoint presentation, an email that you send to your list if you have a growing list. Even status updates, social media status updates, tweets are content. Facebook status updates are content. Images and infographics, these are all forms of content. And when you create this content, you're basically sharing your opinions, you're sharing your thoughts, you're sharing your ideas, excuse me, on a particular subject. And because you are the person that is creating the content, you are perceived as the authority. Now, if you don't believe me, just look at it this way. If you're watching TV throughout the day and you flip to a news channel, whatever news channel it is, or whether you're watching your local evening, nightly news, I do at least, I think we perceive the person delivering the news, so the broadcaster, the anchorman or anchorwoman or whomever, we perceive them as the authority because they're the one delivering the news, right? They're the ones that are in front of the camera speaking to us and telling us what happened in the world today. Now, these people they don't actually necessarily know more than you or I do. They're not necessarily smarter, and they're really probably not even necessarily subject matters on the topics they're talking about. They are literally just the person delivering the news to us. Yet we perceive them as the authority because they're the ones that are in front of the camera speaking to us, sharing and delivering that news. So if you're sitting here in your head thinking, oh gosh, Bill, though, but what I have to say, is it important enough? Or am I smart enough? Or do I have enough experience? Or am I a professional enough to talk about X, Y, or Z? Well, the answer is yes, you are. And just by simply putting yourself in the position to be that conduit, that megaphone, the person delivering the news in this case, or delivering the information on the topic that you want to talk about, that automatically by default puts you in the authority position because you're the person in front of the camera and the viewers who are watching it are not. So you're automatically elevated to authority status. Right? So don't worry. Now, I'm not saying that you can just go out and be a loudmouth talking head, just blah, blah, blah about anything and say stupid stuff and you'll be perceived as an authority. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that because so many people are reluctant to do a Facebook Live, to do a video, to write a blog post, if you are one of the few that are willing to step out and actually put yourself out there, you will get that authority status. And I'm telling you, it will be then much, much easier once you attain that authority status to have people opt into your lead magnets, have people return your calls if you leave them a voicemail, right? Have people want to hop on the phone with you, have people want to join you or become a customer of yours. They will because they feel comfortable now that they've gotten to know you somewhat. So if that makes sense, if you understand that conceptually, that makes sense to you and you agree with this, and if you could see yourself, if you haven't yet, if you could see yourself starting to create some well-purposed, meaningful content for your business, I want you to type a 1 below in the comments section. All right, so I want to see some 1s floating across there, and I'm seeing lots of hearts going by and likes, so that's awesome. Keep those hearts. Hey, Alan Wheeler in the house. Hey, Eric David Duncanson, my man Eric's in the house. What's up? Okay, so numero 2, all right? The second thing to become an authority is to create your own personal brand. Now, first and foremost, when creating your own personal brand, the very first and easiest thing you can do is whenever you're creating this content or whenever you're just putting yourself out there, use your name. Right? Don't hide behind some kitschy little slogan like mompreneur or freedompreneur or something that's kind of cheesy or obvious like that. That doesn't actually let people know who you are. That you're Dave Smith or John Jones or whoever you are. For example, when I started this Facebook Live right now, the first thing I did is said, hey, I'm Bill Pesco-Solito. I'm your host today. Right? I want people to know who I am. It's just every time that you say your name and put your name out there, you're actually, your face, your real name, first name, last name, you are moving forward in the advancement of your own personal brand. And every time that you move forward in the enhancement of your own personal brand, you're also building that know, like, and trust factor that people will need if they want to ever join you or buy from you or become a lead or a customer of yours. So there's 3 things that you really need to know from a personal brand building standpoint. And I could go all day. I've written many, many blog posts on our blog about that, about personal branding. I could go for hours, but there's 3 C's of personal branding that you need to know, and they are clarity, consistency, and constancy. Right? Clarity obviously means be clear of who you are and who you are not. Right? Meaning, what is the kind of brand image you want to convey? Are you like this surfer dude who's wearing flip-flops in all your videos and never wearing a shirt and that's the audience you're looking to attract? And if so, that's fine. Or are you more a business professional type person looking to attract maybe baby boomers, and so you're oftentimes wearing maybe a blazer in your videos? If so, that's fine. But whatever it is, be very clear on who you are and the message that you're trying to convey, that sort of personal brand you're trying to convey, and then obviously to the audience demographic that you're trying to appeal to. So just be clear about that and always stay true to that. From a consistency standpoint, consistency is being consistent in all your messaging and communication. Meaning, don't waffle back and forth on issues. And one day you talk about something this way, and then a week later you feel differently about it. Being consistent in your messaging is very, very, very important. It's extremely important. And it's a way that you're going to either win and maintain an audience of people, or that lack of consistency, you'll lose people. You might get a new fan or audience member or someone to follow you for a little bit, but as you flip-flop back and forth on positions, they're gonna get lost because your message will be muddied, and so you'll lose them. So they might be a fan for a short time, but not for a long time. And then lastly, constancy. And constancy is basically constantly being in front of your audience. Now, think about this. Think about commercials that you see. Some commercials are literally, at the end of the commercial, you're like, I don't even know what product they were just talking about, but all of a sudden you'll see like the Budweiser logo at the end. Right? For example, and Budweiser is great. Think about how many commercials Budweiser has. That it's nothing about beer. It's nothing about like good times or guys at a sporting event. It's about the Clydesdales and the puppy, and how the puppy and the horse reunited at a barn after like being separated forever. Like it has nothing to do with beer, right? Nothing. But we all then at the end, it's like Budweiser, and we're like, and we feel good and warm and fuzzy. And that's Budweiser just being in front of us. That is constancy. They constantly want to be in front of their audience. Right? Even when there's no beers in the commercial, right? It's puppies and Clydesdales, which have nothing to do with beer, but we think, Budweiser. And then Budweiser is imprinted in our brains. We all now want to drink a Budweiser beer. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But that's what they're going for. And that is an example of constancy. So being constantly in front of your audience, constantly reminding them of what you do, constantly reminding them of the value that you can provide through the content that we talked about earlier that you'll be creating. And that is just a phenomenal way to boost your authority. So if that makes sense, if you like that, and you can see yourself working more on building your personal brand, you can see why that will help you become an authority, I want you to type a 2, numero dos, in the comment section below. All right, so some 2s coming across. I want to see some 2s. Numero dos, de. Nice. Okay, Eric's 2, Janet 2, yes. Jason 2s, very cool, very cool. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, Jan Fansler in the house. What's up? All right, so the next one I want to move on. The number 3 proven tip to help you boost your authority. And I'm probably not going to get to all 5 because, as my wife reminded me of, I tend to talk a lot. And this is supposed to be a 15-minute daily dose of awesome, not a 25 to 30-minute daily dose of awesome. So, my bad. But the number, and she's over there giggling at me. The number 3rd, next one, is to share your knowledge. Now, you might be saying, all right, thanks, dude. Like, share knowledge, you know, Captain Obvious, hello. So you're saying I need to, like, share stuff about things to get people to think I'm an authority? Well, yeah, but it goes a little deeper than that. Sharing your knowledge means anytime that you learn something new, share it with people. Anytime you have an opportunity to maybe be a guest blogger or to be interviewed or to be on someone's podcast or whatever, take advantage of that and do that, right? Get yourself out there. Go into different online forums and be helpful, be useful, provide value, answer people's questions, right? So go into are there any Facebook groups that maybe you're a part of where you could go in and answer some questions and help people out a little bit? Of course, there's probably 10,000 different Facebook groups that you're part of right now. That you could go into any one of those today and just spend like 3 minutes looking at some of the different questions in these groups or the issues that people are having, and then just pick one of them that you think you could really kind of help out with, and boom, give them a 3 or 4 or 5 sentence answer, and start doing that on a somewhat consistent basis. It will establish you as an authority. Another really large online forum today is called Quora. I think that's how you pronounce it, Quora. It's like Quora, Quora.com. And there are people in there asking questions and answering questions about everything under the sun. And you'd obviously have to go in there and niche it down to maybe online marketing or home-based business or whatever your thing is, because literally there's people that ask a gazillion questions about everything in Quora. But start honing in on the different subsets within Quora that fit within your specific niche and little slice of the pie that you're operating within and your target audience, and start being useful and answering people's questions in there. You can even just put a link to, maybe if you wrote a blog post that answers one of their questions, you can just actually go in there, say, hey Joe, saw your question here, give them a couple little tips or a few sentences worth of answers, and then say, and if you really want to get the full answer to this, I wrote a blog post about this, click on the link below here and check out that blog post. Now you've got people in this online forum, because other people are going to see this question as well, and they're going to see that and they say, oh wow, look at Susie Q. She just answered that question. Oh, and she went even deeper to answer that question on this blog post that she wrote. Let me go check that out. Boom. So now you're getting eyeballs to your blog post. You're being perceived as an authority because you wrote that content. You provide them some good value. You've personally branded yourselves, as we talked about, because hopefully your name and your image is all over your blog, and you're really starting to become an authority in all these different people's eyes who may have never known who you were the day before. Now, lastly, and I hope I have enough time for this, and I do, and this concept is called, okay, so before I do that, before I go on to the last one, if you can envision yourself being helpful, useful, providing value, if you can see yourself maybe going into different Facebook groups or going to Quora.com or any other online forum that you know of, if you can see yourself doing that and you see how that might boost your authority, I want you to type number 3 below, all right, 3, numero tres, 1, 2, 3, tres. Type a 3 below in the comment section if you can see yourself doing that. And yes, someone asked, did I say Quora? And yeah, Quora, and yes, that is correct, Quora. Just Google Quora, Quora. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how my brain tells me to pronounce it. So I got some threes coming across. Sally, Lisa, nice. Sally again, or different Sally, lots of Sallys. John, what's up, John? Hey. Nice, Melanie, Susan, very cool. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna bring it home here for you. We're wrapping this up, coming full circle. Go deep, not wide. All right, go deep, not wide. I cannot emphasize this enough. Right now, here we are, beginning of 2018. The latest stats were 2017, so it might be a little higher. But there is something like 350 million blogs online. There is a glut of blogs online. And do you know how easy it could be for you to blog? You blogger, hey, look at me, I'm a blogger, you know, la 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 la, I blog. And just create this kind of vanilla, bland, only surface level content that just blends in and frankly disappears in the blogosphere of all the 350 million other blogs out there. Now I understand that obviously 350 million blogs, there's probably lots of different niches. There's some that are in gardening and others that are in like how to skin a cat, or some on, wax, the best waxed for, candles. I mean, right, it's gonna get niched down ridiculously, and clearly you're not in most of those niches. You're in your niche, your space. So there's probably not 350 million blogs just in your space, right? But there's 350 million blogs out there. Point being, there's a lot. It's easy to blend in, right? It's easy. It's so easy now to just kind of mail it in, la la la, look at me, I blog, ha ha, la 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 blah blah, and just go wide, and no one actually digs your content at all, right? Or if they do stumble across, they start reading a little bit, and they're like, nah, this really isn't giving me much. It's just it's very surface level. And going wide. Going deep, not wide, means, wide is like you're kind of a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? Whereas going deep is when you go deep, 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 deep into a particular topic or a particular subject matter and show and demonstrate based on your ability to go deep and really dive into this in ways that other people haven't, demonstrating that you are an expert on whatever it is that you're talking about. And I'll give you a real live example of something that I saw not too long ago. I was just looking for some stuff. I was just doing a little bit of research because I was going to create a blog post, and I was on YouTube, and it was on, this person did a blog post on, top 5 ways for prospecting or something like that. And they're listing through the things, and then they get to number 3, like the third way to be a master prospector. And they say the third tip to become a master prospector and to recruit more reps is to ask more questions. The number 4 way is to, and I was like, whoa, like, they literally just said ask more questions. Like, they didn't go into what types of questions. They didn't say, well, when I prospect, here are some of the questions that I like to ask, ask more questions. Here are 3 or 4 of some of my favorite questions you should be asking, or here's some questions that you could use in these particular scenarios, and they actually list out the questions. No, they literally just said, the 3rd tip to recruit more people is to ask more questions. The 4th tip to recruit more, and they just glossed right over it. And immediately I said to myself, okay, I don't think this person knows much about prospecting. I don't think they've actually done much prospecting themselves. There's nothing that they've demonstrated to me here that shows that they actually know anything other than how to kind of, on a very high surface level, talk about some tips, but I don't think they actually are in the trenches doing it themselves. Because I know that when I was in the trenches every single day, calling 20, 30, 40 leads a day, I knew the questions I was asking. And if I was writing that same blog post or shooting that same video, I would have said, here's actually 5 specific questions that you might want to ask. Boom, 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 right? And that would have proven to anyone reading or watching that I knew what I was talking about because I shared my personal experience and shared, here are things that I have done that have worked for me. Here's what I recommend for you, right? So that's going deep. Going wide is that surface level. So if you want to be better at prospecting, ask more questions and see how it works. See you later. Hope you liked the video. Like, that's just crap, right? That's useless. That proves to me that you don't know what you're talking about. And so if you're going to create content like that fluffy, surface level, wide content, you're not going to instill any faith or trust in your audience that you actually are a subject matter expert on this, and therefore it will not go very far to boosting any kind of authority that we're talking about here. The whole point of this call is to how you boost your authority. So go deep on something, not wide. You're so better off creating one piece of content where you've gone deep into it than creating 5 or 6 fluff pieces of content where you're just going wide, right? Because the time it takes to go deep on one is going to be so much more valuable and so much more useful for you as far as helping people out, providing value, increasing your authority, and building that know, like, and trust factor within you versus the time it would take to create 6 fluffy pieces of content that people are just like, meh, and they see your content and they're like, this is just slog. Like, I don't care. This guy's doing nothing for me. This guy Bill Pesco-Solido, they know what he's talking about. I can tell that guy's just like a bum, right? You don't want people to have that impression of you. You want them to think, wow, this gal or this guy, they seriously know their stuff. I'm impressed. I'm going to keep following them, keep checking out their stuff, keep diving into what they have. You may even get into one of their funnels, opt into their list because I want to get more information. And that's how you boost your authority. And that's, my friends, how you will have a much easier time building your business online. So I hope you enjoyed this Daily Dose of Awesome today. That is it for me. If you'd like more information on Elite Marketing Pro, you can go to elitemarketingpro.com. Check out everything that they've got as far as their attraction marketing formula and all their tools and training and systems and capture pages and everything you could possibly want to help you build your business. And if you liked this, feel free to tag someone that you know that you might find this useful. Feel free to share this Facebook Live, so that other people in your team or your downline or within your audience or whatever, if you feel they could get value from this, go ahead and feel free to share this Facebook Live as well. And I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next Daily Dose of Awesome. Bye, guys.